Hello ladies and gentlemen, let's get on to it. So the first, let me open my eCali draw. We discussed operating system. So what are we going to do? So we're going to move a little fast because of course this is not like, it's not a college class or something. So let's get on. What are we going to do? So we're going to jump on an operating system and focus on Linux, okay? If you need this skill, no matter what type of these two skills are very important for you, even if you're not getting into even if you are not focused to get on a job in this in the computer field. These two skills are important to know. At least the outcome is that you will be secured at the end, right? If you don't know how your lock system works at your home or your office, you are you're not going to be you can't be confident, like if somebody cannot break into your home or office or any other place of interest that is important to you. So operating system in general are the gateway they manage the entire computer system, and no matter how many everything that you interact with has underlying operating system behind it. Name it any IoT type of devices, like you have surveillance cameras, your Apple watches, right? Your computer, laptops, your microwaves, or anything that has a digital clock running, and anything that has a digital circuit has some type of an operating system behind it. But there are different type of operating systems. We are going to focus mostly on the as I said, my goal is going to teach you operating systems practically, and I'm going to take baseline. So I'm going to be focusing mostly on operating system and random topics, and we'll be focused on Linux primarily. I hope you are agree with it. So you can when you start learning Linux, an operating system, we can start with very basic as far as how to bootstrap, how to start an operating system, how to install it, or how to configure it, these type of things. But I guess these are very irrelevant these days because of something that you might be hearing a lot, because we have something called cloud, right? So cloud is just nothing but imagine like it's a ready-made systems, operator machines for you, and they are spread all over. There are lots of them. So instead of setting anything up, you can simply go and you can just with the click of a button, you can get one machine ready or an operating system ready. When I say machine, it means anything that's a unit. Or when you talk about computers or servers, we're not going to use computers as a reference anymore. We're going to talk about computer servers, computer machines. Let's use a convention called servers from going onward. So no computers, but we will not use computers, but we will call servers as we call servers, right? So so we have lots of before we had to get a bare metal machine and install the operating system. What is a bare metal machine? You basically go and you go to HP servers, or you get like a physical machine like this ones. If you see the data centers, they are filled up with these type of machines, and each machines are, we call them servers, right? So there are tons and tons of them. So if you want to see the Facebook's data center, how it looks like, any big data center, you will see that's comprised of so many machines, right? So like you see this, there are tons and tons of the machines in this, and each rack, you see these are called racks, and each single line, this one rack unit machines, they're generally one rack unit. We have rack units concept. So this one of them is basically this one servers, and generally this one server average costs like $10,000. This is a pretty small one, but like the type of machines they generally use with the disks and everything, they are pretty expensive. So let's say, I don't think so this could be less than, each machine is less than $3,000 or $4,000, $10,000 on the higher end. But so this, and then you have clouds, and when we combine all of them together, we're pretty much calling a cloud. So look at this. This is one of the data centers the Facebook has, right? So all of this real estate, they have just racks, and they have cooling system behind it. And what is running inside the system? We have operating system running on it. So it's pretty cool to see. If you don't have servers and these compute systems, we cannot really do anything, can't accomplish anything. So what are we going to talk about? So we have N's of them, so we have lots of them. So we have lots of we have lots of servers, and interestingly, these servers communicate with each other, and this is called distributed computing. So these are good terms that you should know. When two systems work together, when the two systems work together to solve a problem, then they are fundamentally distributed systems. So the workload is distributed. So any workload, let's say you're trying to process a list of inventory system. You're trying to add certain lines and lines of numbers together, like additions, or you're trying to do combination of something, or you're trying to add an invoice or something. Let's say you have a system that just goes and processes the invoice. So that system, that work is called workload. That the workload is distributed distributed to several machines or servers, and they work together to solve a problem. This is called distributed computing. It's a field. This is something. That's a very simple explanation, but you need a lot of skills to understand what goes behind it. The baseline of all this is the operating system. Baseline of everything that happens, right, is with operating systems. And most of these systems that are powering Google, Facebook, and all those companies that have some online or any type of presence, online presence, or even if they're just doing some computing, have operating system running, and they are folks that are managing this system. Ideally these days programmatically, so they are programmatically. So right now most of the tasks that gets identified automatically, and it's managed by programming interface or constructs by themselves. So what it means is basically Hello. Yeah, so let's pick it up from where I was already. So we're talking about programming constructs. So most of the systems that are powering Facebook online presence or have operating system running, and they're folks actually managing the system. Largely, these are programming constructs, right? So programming automation or programmatically, ideally these are programmatic constructs, which we call it. And these are some keywords that you should know. Programming constructs are like, could be automation. Automation, which is like a set of programming, set of code that manages tasks programmatically instead of doing it manually, right? So we'll talk about all that and anything that's related to infrastructure. Any infrastructure basically means in this case, so you have infrastructure and then you have code or programs that run on top of it, right? So there are two aspects of these things, and there are two different types of skills that you can choose a career path with. Anything that's related to infrastructure has a unique path, and this has a unique path as well. We'll talk about that. I am mostly going to focus on the fundamentals that relates to both of these areas, infrastructure and code or programs that are on top of it. So some things are basic, so we're going to talk about basics. And if we know these basics well, you can start setting a career, right? So let's hop on and start learning the basics. And again, let's focus on the first section of operating system, Linux primarily, and we'll just take it from there. So enough of theory. My videos will be more tactical going forward. No more theory, more practical. And I'll request you to follow me and just stay with me and then keep asking questions, and we'll learn this way. Thank you.